By now, we are all aware that no matter how we budget our day, we only have 24 hours to work with. So step one to managing our time is going to be prioritization. So while you're stressing about only having 24 hours to do it all, have you ever wondered why there are only 24 hours in a day? The decimal system, which uses 10 as a base, is widely used today. The metric system is a decimal system. So why aren't there 20 hours in a day? The ancient Egyptians are often credited with being the first to use sundials and divide the day into smaller parts, but their divisions reflected their use of the duodecimal system, which has a base of 12. Some believe that this counting system was inherited from earlier Sumerian civilization. So instead of counting each finger on both hands to get 10, this system uses your thumb to count the knuckles on your other four fingers on one of your hands to get to 12. Using the sundials, the hours within a given day were roughly equal, but the lengths of the hours actually varied. So hours in summer were longer than the hours in winter. The concept of fixed length hours, however, did not originate until Hipparchus, a Greek astronomer, proposed dividing the days into 24 hours. This was based on the 12 hours of daylight and the 12 hours of darkness observed on equinox days. However, it wasn't until the arrival of the mechanical clock in 14th century Europe that fixed length time became commonplace. Thanks to the ancient civilizations, we now have our days divided into 24 hours. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by this amount, we need to remember this 24 hours applies to you, but also the underachiever who coasts by getting the bare minimum done, and the top achieving student who constantly achieves more. It also applies to successful businessman and one of Africa's richest men, Patrice Motsepe. Then there's Judy Dlamini, a qualified doctor and accomplished businesswoman with an MBA and PhD, and she's also an author. Even Beyoncé must work within the bounds of this 24-hour-a-day limitation. When deciding how to budget your time, you have to be constantly thinking, will this activity bring me closer to my goals? Remember, goals are not limited to financial success or academic achievement. Take a minute and just consider the following. What do you want to achieve in each area of your life? What values do you want to live by? What kind of person do you want to be? What life experiences do you want to have? What do you want to acquire in your life? When considering these questions, try to approach them with the following areas in mind: academics, finances, career, personal growth, your friends and family, health and fitness, your recreational time and hobbies. Also, consider whether these goals are short-term or long-term. Don't hurry through this. Take the time to get a clear understanding. Now, with your goals in mind, make a list of all the things that you want to achieve. Using this self-awareness, it'll be easier for you to assess and filter out the tasks that are on that never-ending list. The Eisenhower Matrix was developed by the 34th President of the United States, and it will help you group your tasks by urgency and importance. The matrix is made up of 4 quadrants. In the first quadrant, place tasks that need to be done first, or prioritized. They are both urgent and important. These are tasks that need to be worked on over the next few days. These are your assignments, your study sessions, etc. In the second quadrant, list tasks that are important but not as urgent. Quarterly tests or exams fall into this quadrant. These tasks will need to be scheduled onto your calendar. Tasks that are urgent but are less important can be delegated or outsourced to others and get placed into the third quadrant. Make sure to delegate or outsource to the right person who will still complete the task to the highest standard. The last quadrant is where activities go to be eliminated. These tasks are neither important nor are they urgent, and they should be eliminated from your list. Watching cat videos on YouTube until 3 a.m. is neither urgent nor important, and you should definitely eliminate that. You're probably only procrastinating to avoid tasks in the first two quadrants anyway. Let's put all of this together. First, you're going to spend some time thinking about what you want to achieve. This is going to help you create a list that includes all the important things, but also makes sure that you will be able to filter that list later on. 2. Draw up a list of all the tasks. All of it. Everything you can think of. This will help untangle your mind, but don't get too overwhelmed by how long this list is. 3. Analyze each item on your list. Use the Eisenhower matrix to divide your list by urgency and importance. The goals you set up earlier will make it easier for you to decide what is important and what is not. Now that you have this shortened list ranked by urgency and importance, the next step will be to formulate an action plan. The next video in the series will help you get started with that.